Hold on to your butts. These are the Squashbuckler Diaries. Welcome back. My name is Guy Hasson, and you are listening to the Squashbuckler Diaries podcast, the daily epic fantasy podcast about Joy Shelley, the girl who lives in dreams, and she lives in her father's dreams, and we follow her life from birth to death. Season 1 of the Squashbuckler Diaries follows her from ages 2 to 6, and she'll grow up as we know her. She'll get to be 9 and 12 and 15 and 18 and 21 and 25 and who knows how old she may get. Excuse my voice. I have lost it again. I don't know. It comes and goes. I'm sitting here with a cup of tea and hopefully we'll be able to get through this episode together. So I will keep it as short as possible. This is Joy's life. In many, many ways. This is what this episode is about. Let's just do it. What is it like to live in the dream? And what is it like to be a father to a daughter who lives in the dream? Episode 209, That's Not the Last Number. Joy's age 3.5, told by the Red Dragon. Dragon Little and Dragon Father were seated around a fire. Beside them, handcuffed, was the Vulture Man, a villain they had captured after a particularly hard adventure. They had eaten marshmallows on sticks above a fire, something Dragon Little had insisted on ever since Dragon Father had mentioned it. This time he had relented. The Vulture Man had waited patiently while they enjoyed themselves. Dragon Father stood up. All right, time to go to Bonny's Revenge, Joy. It's getting late. Dragon Little kept eating her marshmallows slowly. Come on. Dragon Little took small bites out of the marshmallows and did not seem to hear him. Joy, you can eat on the ship just as well. Dragon Little shook her head. I'm not finished. You're not finished. You can eat on the ship. We need to put the Vulture Man in prison. Dragon Father spoke with less patience. I'm not finished. All right, listen. The day's ending. I'm counting to 5 and then you're going. If you don't go by 5 by yourself, I'll just pick you up and hoist you on my back. Dragon Little continued to eat the marshmallows slowly. All right, 1, 2... Vulture Man, get up. Vulture Man stood up. Dragon Little continued to eat without worry. 3, 4, 5. Let's go, Joy. Dragon Little looked up straight into his eyes and said calmly, That's not the last number. Dragon Father tried to suppress a laugh and failed. That's not the last number? That's not the last number, she said. Okay then, until 6. And 6, let's go. She shook her head. That's not the last number. What's the last number then? 20. And at 20 you'll go? She nodded. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10. And he vanished. The Vulture Man also vanished. Most of the world around her vanished, as happens often when Dragon Father wakes up from his dream. The fire remained behind, as well as the marshmallows and the path back to Bonny's Revenge, which waited silently at the port nearby. Dragon Little shrugged and continued to eat the marshmallows. Told by the Red Dragon. Hashtags Joy, Justin, the Vulture Man. Marshmallows. And so, I think my voice is okay for like 1 more minute or 2. This is also based on a real story. My smallest daughter once looked at me. I counted for her to go to take a shower, and I said, "I'll count to 5." I counted to 5, and then she looked me right in the eye and said, "That's not the last number." And I wanted to laugh. That was hysterical. It is a level of hubris and chutzpah and self-confidence and an ability to just like Steve Jobs, alter reality around you to make people believe things that are not there, that are not actually true. And I loved it. I said, that is a story for Joy Shelley, the girl who lives in dreams. That is the story for the girl who lives in dreams. So I created this one. And it is important to know that all these stories are told from the point of view of the Red Dragon. So she can't say what Joy is feeling, and she can't say what Justin is feeling. She can only say what happened. So I can only describe what happened. And you often feel this in scenes that are really funny, or in scenes that are really dramatic. In the really dramatic scenes, you can't actually get into their hearts. You can only show what the people are doing. And on the one hand, you lose something because you don't go all in. On the other hand, you have to fill it in by yourself. So, because everything there is true, and then you fill it in. So it's like watching through a window, watching a family do stuff. This is what that is about. And same with comedy. Each one of the comedy episodes, I could have made much funnier had it not been from the Red Dragon's point of view. But I chose to mellow the comedy and just describe what happened and not put any stresses on anything. Who knows? The Red Dragon may not tell all of the Squashbuckler Diaries always, and maybe other people who are more involved will be able to tell it, and then the tones will be much different. So you may not have been aware of this. It's actually, it's a choice. It's a choice. Most of you people who are listening to this come from the future where the Squashbuckler Diaries are already different. Joy's a different age. The stories are quite different. The characters may be different. There may be more characters, less characters. Who knows? Well, there can't be less characters than 2 to 6 when there are only 2 and a dragon and basically like a few prisoners. That's all the characters we get for season 1. Anyway, so more characters. But we are here on a long, long story, a long journey. And this, season 1 of the Squashbuckler Diaries, is the prologue to the prologue, where Joy discovers who she is, which is chapter 1 of her adventure. Just discovering that she's in a dream and finding out other dreams and leaving her father's dream, going into other people's dreams and finding the world she lives in, and perhaps she's different and perhaps she's, special and stuff like that. The Squashbuckler Diaries are part of that big, big, huge saga. And I hope slowly, ever so slowly, step by step, I'm conveying to you what kind of a story you're in for. Like I said, you're probably going to understand it I think certainly in her 20s, I think, maybe. What, part of the big major plan is and what kind of story this is. Stuff is to come. Anyway, my voice is going. Let's end this. Thank you for listening. Please share with other people. Please subscribe. Share with your friends. Let people know this exists. We are in for a long story, a long ride, a long journey, and I'm glad you're with me. And now, the credits. The Squashbuckler Diaries are written and read by me, Guy Hasson. All the tags mentioned in this story are searchable at the website. You can find all the stories there in written form and, in fact, 150 Squashbuckler Diaries more. The Squashbuckler Diaries is the diary of Joy Shelley, the girl who lives in dreams. She'll be called the Forgotten Girl by her father. She'll be a true heroine. She'll change the world. This project shows her entire life from birth to death. Check out the website at guyhasson.com. That's GUYHASSON.com. I've been an author and a playwright for more than 30 years, and this is the first time I've used the guyhasson.com website, because The Girl in the Dream is my life project. If you have questions, if you want to comment, please do. You can comment at the website or email me at guyhasson@gmail.com. That's GUYHASSON @gmail.com. The theme music is called Brass Gentleman and is created by Thomas Howardek. My name is Guy Hasson, and this is my life project. Come back tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, for more.